Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, it's yours truly, and welcome to episode 2 of Logan's Nostalgic Journey. Roll the titles! This is the show where I go back and look at some old favourite classics, the likes of Thunderbirds, Only Fools, Dad's Army, or even Fawlty Towers. Well, let me tell you now, people, today's episode needs no introduction.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
That's right, Thunderbirds, the famous rescue team who always respond to distress signals with their amazing machines. The show was actually around way before my time, and looking at it today, it has become an all-time favourite of mine. Just seeing those massive aircrafts flying in the air. Whoosh! 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 You never saw that, did you? Oh, great, that's me scarred for life. Anyway, enough Toto. Let's get down to business, shall we? Thunderbirds was created by a famous television producer under the name Jerry Anderson. With the help of his wife, Sylvia Anderson, they would both go to create other famous classics, including and let's not forget,
this man will be our hero, for fate will make him indestructible. His name, Captain Scarlet.
However, Thunderbirds had proven to be Anderson's most popular one. The show is based around a rich family called the Tracys, who are also known as the team themselves, International Rescue. The operation is run by none other than the leader of the group, Jeff Tracy, who of course has 5 sons. Those would be Scott, the pilot of Thunderbird 1, Virgil, pilot of the Big Green itself, Thunderbird 2, Alan, the youngest brother, pilot of Thunderbird 3, the only space rocket, Gordon, pilot of Thunderbird 4, the submarine, and John, monitor of Thunderbird 5, the space station. And we cannot forget about Thunderbird 6, which is also piloted by Alan Tracy. However, the 6th aircraft of the International Rescue Team didn't make any more appearances throughout the brand. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about one of them. Thunderbird 2 is known for carrying 6 massive pods filled with rescue vehicles and rescue equipment to be carried to the danger zone, one of them being the Mole, the Firefly, and even Thunderbird 4. The one thing that was important to Jeff was that all of International Rescue's data and information were kept top secret and hidden from the press. Thunderbirds was first aired on the 30th of September 1965 and was aired on the ITV channel. The first episode of the series was called Trapped in the Sky, where we see the boys trying to rescue an out-of-control plane from a near collision course at an airport. The plane, the Firefly, which would appear in other episodes throughout the series, had been sabotaged by International Rescue's arch-nemesis, the Hood.
When will International Rescue start operating?
But of course, his plans will always be foiled every time.
My pictures, they are ruined. Someone will pay for this. International Rescue haven't heard the last of me.
But we honestly can't talk about Thunderbirds without mentioning Lady Penelope, one of International Rescue's many agents. Penelope is always accompanied by her butler, Parker. Their set of transport would be a Rolls Royce named Fab 1, which had built-in artillery. The duo happened to be the most popular characters in the series, especially Parker's catchphrase.
Yes, milady.
We also can't forget to mention Brains, the engineer, and the one who built the Thunderbirds themselves, and also for building his robot, Bremen.
Now, Bremen, I want you to calculate the following equation. What is the square root to the power of 29 of the trigonometric amplitude of 87 divided by the quantitative hydraxis of 956 to the power of 77?
45,969.
It worked.
In total, there were 26 episodes of the first series. The show then returned with the second series in 1966 and only aired about 6 episodes. One of them being Give or Take a Million, when the New York National Bank was robbed by 2 men. And get this, they had to go to a toy shop, hold 2 men hostage, cut through the wall in the toy shop, as it was the only way of getting into the vault to steal massive gold bricks. I know, crazy, right? Later, when the series came to an end on the 25th of December 1966, it seems the show had accomplished what it had been set out to do. But during the making of the second series, the team were also in the making of the first Super Mario Nation film, which, you guessed it,
Thunderbirds are go.
Yep, Thunderbirds eventually came to the big screen for the very first time. But in colour, of course, as the show would have been in black and white during the series' debut.
You will be the first
The film is about a member of astronauts planning a mission to Mars in a spacecraft called Zero X, but the first attempt backfired. Which is where International Rescue come in.
Well, Father, takeoff is scheduled for tomorrow morning.
You'll have to make a decision soon, Dad.
With the help of the Thunderbirds, they managed to make the mission to Mars possible, which they succeed in all thanks to Alan, who got them out just in time before it crashed again. However, the film didn't make much money in the box office than the team hoped for, due to it having many devastating effects and many consequences. However, the team then created Thunderbirds' second film, which is of course Thunderbirds 6, which debuted in 1986, which also did poor in the box office and would be the last Thunderbirds film from the 1960s.
We are gathered here today as
The film is
representatives
about
of
brains
some of the
undergoing a
greatest
lot of
design teams in the
negotiations
world.
with very important businessmen,
We are here to
discussing
listen to a
plans
proposal
for a
from
new
Mr. X.
airship. Although the reaction of the men
Well,
wasn't exactly what
gentlemen.
Brains hoped for.
An airship? An airship?
However, after the construction of the airship, Jeff requested that International Rescue should have a 6th Thunderbird in the fleet. And after going through many models, Jeff did not approve of this, and Brains became very stressed.
Upset? Me upset? Of course I'm not upset. And now,
Eventually, following the aftermath of the airship's crash, Brains then turned Alan's Tiger Moth aeroplane into Thunderbird 6. And with that, the film came to an end. Later, in the 90s, the BBC offered ITV to rerun Thunderbirds on their branch. ITV were okay with this, and then the BBC rerun Thunderbirds on BBC 2 and BBC 4. Later, the series would later be published onto VHS and created merchandise to its younger viewers. However, most parents were trying to get a hold of the Tracy Island playset for their kids. Unfortunately, they were quite hard to find due to them being out of stock most of the time. That's when Blue Peter came in to lend a hand, by showing children how to design their own Tracy Island just by using some bits of recycled and art materials. Later, in 2004, there was an announcement that there would be another Thunderbirds film titled Thunderbirds. The film would just be focused around Alan before he became a member of the team. People say that the film isn't the best, but I think it's alright. But I have to agree that the design of the Thunderbirds were crap and the comedy wasn't that funny. But when Thunderbirds celebrated its 50th anniversary, we got the best news ever.
5, 4, 3, 1.
Thunderbirds returned to our screens as Thunderbirds Are Go and was all done with CGI. The show was a bit different because Jeff Tracy had gone missing and the brothers were lost without him. But he was eventually found in the season finale of season 3.
Boys?
Thunderbirds Are Go had done 3 series in its CGI reboot, and I have to admit, it looks fantastic, and I really enjoyed it, and that was when my love for Thunderbirds started, with the CGI series. And there we have it, we have just about reached the end. But let's take a moment to reflect. The show had come a long way from what it was 57 years ago, and we still enjoy it today, whether it's the puppet series or the CGI series, or even the films. That is because it is FAB. Well guys, that concludes today's episode of the show. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Well guys, I'm going to leave you there and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!